came up short last week, 20-10 to South Alabama, and yet what were you using that game for? It didn't have any real impact on the Division II season, but why was that game important for you all?
Well, it's important, just because it's a game, and obviously as competitors we want to win. It's also a big chance for our young men. We've got a lot of kids from the Mobile area. It's a big recruiting area for us. There's a chance for us to go play a Division I team and show how we stack up against those type of teams. You're talking about a team that's going to be in the Sun Belt Conference playing against Troy and Louisiana Lafayette and people like that next year. And I really thought the way we played and the way we competed showed where we're headed as a program.
Headed into Tarleton State this weekend. Again, only 10 points on the board. Talk about what your offense is going to need to do to step it up to put more points on the board and hopefully come out with a W.
Well, we had a few execution issues early, but all in all, there were some good things we did offensively. We ran the ball really well in the second half. We started a new quarterback. He struggled a little bit early on in the passing game, but in the second half he was 10 of 17, so really thought he progressed well as the game went on. And that game was just kind of a slugfest. It was a very physical game. Both teams really pounded the ball. So I was pleased with a lot of things we did offensively. We had a few missed opportunities execution-wise to maybe put a few more points on the board, but which we've got to get shored up. Got to improve on the passing game, kind of take what we did in the second half and add to that and then keep progressing from there. But I hope we carry over a lot of things we did, playing a Division I opponent that has always been traditionally very good defensively. If you look at their numbers, I thought the way we ran the football and the way we came off the rock physically was a really, really good thing.
This is the start of several home games here, a nice stretch for you up in Livingston. Talk about the importance of being able to get some wins at home, considering what you're going to have to do later in the season.
Yeah, we've got a tremendously tough schedule, playing a Division I opponent to start off and then to come back with Tarleton State. You're talking about a team that should have beaten the number 3 ranked team in the country in Abilene Christian this past week. They had them beat. So I think this will be one of the best teams we play all year. Very comparable to, the upper echelon Gulf South Conference teams. And, it's a game that is going to be huge for playoff implications later on for us and for Tulsa. And I think both of us will be in the mix down the road to be in that talk about making the playoffs. So it's going to be a huge game for both of us, strength of schedule-wise.
Senior Natalie Marsh with North Alabama. Natalie, you all just came off a 4-0 weekend. It has to feel good to get off to such a good start this season.
Yeah, it does. It was an exciting 4-0 win. We struggled a little bit going up and down, but we pulled it out, and the wins is what matters. So
you've got another big weekend in front of you, another big tournament. Talk about these tournaments at the beginning of the season and why they're important for teams to get 3 and 4 matches in just a couple of days.
It's good to get these matches in early to get us prepared for the conference, because conference is definitely what matters and gets us to where we need to be, and these tournaments help us come together as a team and find out our strengths and weaknesses and what we need to do to prepare for conference play.
Right, and you've got 4 games at home, your first 4 matches at home in the 2011 season. Talk about how important and how big it is to have your home crowd cheering you all on.
Oh, it's exciting. We have a lot of new things coming this year for our home games, and we always like playing in front of our home town, and hopefully the community will come out and watch us this year.
West Florida has been the team you've been chasing the last couple of years. You almost had them last year, but of course this is 2011. What are the things that you all are going to need to do as a team to kind of get over the hump, hopefully, and pull in that GSC title?
I think we definitely need to play as a team, not as individuals. I think if we come out strong and stay strong the whole time, it'll help. We have a tendency to come out and be down and then have to try and catch up. And I think if we come out strong and stay strong, then we should be able to take them. They lost some of their key hitters, and I think we did lose some strong players last year, but we also brought in some really strong transfers, and so I think we can get them this year.
Head coach Bill Elliott with West Florida men's soccer. Coach, 1-1 weekend to start the campaign. A couple of close ball games there, close matches. Talk about your team's effort in both of those games and how you feel about getting off to a 1-1 start.
Well, disappointed that it's a 1-1 start and not a 2-0 start. But all things considered, we faced a lot of adversity with injuries and travel and different things, and so we put ourselves in a position to be right there and could have won both games. So I'm pleased about that. With all the adversity and everything, we were still in a pretty decent spot.
You had both the offensive player and the defender of the week on your team, Junior Prevolis, who's new to your team, and Sean Reynolds, a veteran. Talk about their efforts over the last weekend.
It's a really good effort. Sean has emerged as a team leader and has been, as you said, he's been a mainstay in our lineup for several years now and really played well. He controlled the field defensively for us, and then Junior Prevolis, the newcomer, came off the bench and just really added the spark. We could see in practice that he's exciting, but it still needs to become fundamentally sound in a few areas, and so kind of holding him back a little bit and bringing him off the bench for now, and he definitely provided that spark.
You've got a big match. You're still on the road here at number 2 Rollins. That's certainly a big test for your team to see where it is early.
Yes. It's always even in a year where they're not number 2 in the nation, playing at Rollins is always a challenge because they have good crowds, and it's a small field, it's an exciting venue, and emotions run high, and we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to measuring ourselves and seeing where we are in the big scheme of things.
And you do have a long season in front of you still, a lot of GSC championships in a row. Is there any pressure to keep that streak up, or do you all just try to take it year by year, game by game?
I think that the pressure is internal. I think from our players and from our coaches, I don't know how much externally pressure. I mean, it's not that we're appearing on ESPN and things like that on a weekly basis. So it's internal pressure to succeed. And I think we have to not get ahead of ourselves. It's just one game at a time. Right now, we're going through life with blinders on. All we see is Rollins on Friday night. So I don't even know what comes after that, hardly.